C-sections. Prior to me starting my practice, I would just kind of check off that I had one and really didn't think twice about it. But how many moms are doing that? Too many for me to count. A C-section is an invasive surgery, and we are just minimizing how hard it is to recover. In this video, I'm going to divide the C-section recovery into 3 phases. First, being the early healing phase. Second, which I've named the continued healing phase. And the third, the thriving phase. Follow me as you get to learn where you are in your journey. The early healing phase of C-section recovery starts the minute you are out of that operating room, and it is about managing your healing. So whether you're bedside or at home, try these tips first. Take at least 5 minutes of your day to meditate, and it could be sitting there in a dark room, maybe after you're done nursing, or it could be as simple as a walk in the park and listening to the birds. Anything to start to be mindful of your body's healing. The second thing you can do, and it's the most important thing I wish someone had told me, is to take care of yourself. And not meaning go out for a manicure pedicure every day, although I probably could use that right now, but I mean taking a shower by yourself, going to the bathroom by yourself, or even just blowing your hair out or watching something on Bravo. Take a little bit of time for yourself. Now let's get serious about the recommendations on how to heal during these early stages. You must hydrate. Regardless if you're nursing or not, we need to supplement our body that's working really hard to heal itself. Increase your hydration where you're not running to the bathroom and feeling urgency, but just enough to be able to urinate every 2 to 4 hours. You also want to start taking those fibers and stool softeners or anything your doctor or pharmacist has recommended to you to keep your bowel movements regular and consistent. You must have soft serve ice cream like poop. If we start to get backed up as we're healing, you're going to have increased discomfort around the C-section scar. You should also monitor your healing. By looking at your incision, you're not only just checking for the integrity of the skin, but you're also starting your healing journey of the trauma that your body has gone through. Touch it. You don't need to move it, just touch it, feel it, look at it, see how it's doing. Always return back to that diaphragmatic breath. Breathe throughout your day whenever possible. Inhale to stretch the C-section scar. Exhale to strengthen that pelvic floor. You need both at this point of your healing. So don't focus on doing one more than the other. Anytime you can be mindful of your breath, it is helping your healing process. When your baby is on the floor, you should also get on the floor. Having tummy time helps heal and move that C-section scar. So whether you like being flat, up on your hands, they're all great, especially for healing. But be careful as you get up, roll to your side, and never strain too hard. You're going to get into the side sitting position because this translates and transitions into hands and knees, to one leg forward, to standing up. This is a way to protect that scar, especially if you have little ones, or it's your first one, or you have a dog, or anything to be picked up from the floor. It's a way to protect our healing and also to strengthen in a very mindful way. And finally, you should limit how much you're carrying that newborn carrier, or how much your baby wearing within the first to 6-8 weeks. Carrying a lot of weight does not allow the pressure and the healing to occur internally. So ask someone to help you carry your baby and put them into and out of a car seat, and into and out of a car, and into and out of a baby carrier. Partners, this is a great time to really help your spouse heal during their early phase of C-section surgery. We are now in the continued phase of recovery, and this is anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks to about 6 months post-surgery. However, as with anything else, there are variables. If you're nursing or pumping still, it could take even longer to get out of this phase because our bodies are still producing and putting all their energy to create nutrients for your child. So continue this phase if you're still nursing and pumping even well beyond 6 months until you're ready to move on to the next stage. Let's try these exercises, and they're going to really challenge that C-section recovery. Exercise 1. Chops with weights. I have 9 pounds. Guess who's about 9 pounds at this age, or maybe higher? Your baby. So you can either use your little one or you can use a really heavy diaper bag. But follow me to the floor. You're going to half kneel, and we're going to take this weight and we're going to reach up and over for a chop. I like being in this half kneeling position because it's a shorter lever arm and it doesn't really strain our C-section scars. And yet, we're getting a full body workout, because what mom doesn't want to be efficient? Repeat 10 times on each side. Number 2, let's try squats. Hold your baby, whether side to side or baby wearing, and let's get down. And then back up. The goal is to get below your knees, but if you can't, that's okay. You work and inch your way down. And this is fun because you get to have mommy and me time. Repeat again about 10 times, making sure you're not locking your knees and you're not clenching that butt. Exercise 3, lateral squats. You're gonna take a big step out and we're gonna come down and then step together. You wanna be nice and slow. For this, I probably don't recommend carrying a child because you both might tip over. So while your baby's having tummy time, you can entertain your baby by taking some big steps and coming back together and saying peekaboo, and repeat on each side 10 times. And you'll see you have a stronger side on one side versus the other. Exercise 4, RDL. You can choose to take a weight or not. We're going to balance on one leg. I prefer using the leg that's a little bit weaker. For me, it's definitely my right. We're gonna bend forward and come straight back up. Bend forward and come straight back up. Here, what I like to do with my kiddos is come really close to their face, take a moment to say, I love you, and then back up. Repeat 10 times on each side, as long as you're not dizzy or feeling like you're gonna topple over. Exercise 5, pretend my kettlebell is my baby. You're gonna take your little one, mine's a pretty heavy little one. You're going to kneel on both legs, not clench your tush, and what you're gonna do is lift up to your belly button and then back down. Lift up to your belly button and back down. And you can sing a nursery rhyme, a song, talk to your little one, or just look at their beautiful faces. Repeat as many times as you'd like to look at their faces. And the last exercise I'd like you to do is get into side sitting. Go to the side that you don't tend to favor. I don't tend to favor this. We're going to take a weight and we're going to do a tricep extension. And you're just going to focus on moving that pelvis as you extend forward, as you come back down, back. Do these exercises about 2 to 3 times a week. You can scatter them as your schedule permits based on your level of fatigue, but try to get in this strength training at least 2 times a week if you can. And if you can only do 1 exercise out of this series, that's already on your way to healing. Are you ready for the thriving phase? I know I am. I'm even gonna put my hair up for this one. We are going to start with our first exercise, the inverse tabletop with weight extensions. Yeah, I know, sounds great. What you're going to do is have your hands face forward, your feet hip width apart, and we're going to lift up. Now in this position, you're going to turn your hands out and you're going to lift up into the air. You're going to take this weight and you're going to push up as you come back down. So that's 1, 2, try not to squeeze your butt, 3, 4, I'm only gonna do 5 because I'm already feeling it. 5, let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a good one. Exercise 2, we're gonna get into hands and knees and we're going to march. What does that mean? Well, your abs will tell you. We're going to get in our hands and knees, lift up about 2 to 3 inches. You're gonna step forward, forward, back, back. Lead with your left and lead with your left coming down. Now switch to the right, come down with your right. Left, right. Repeat this for 5 full cycles. Exercise 3, we're gonna do planks with some hip abduction. I wasn't kidding when I was telling you we're thriving. Come on your hands and come on into a plank. Hands and feet should be hip width apart. Take your weaker leg and bring it out about 5 inches. Repeat 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's move on to exercise 4. Exercise 4 is a single leg exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to balance on one leg, ideally starting with your weaker side. You're going to bring the opposite leg up and bring it out. In this position, we're going to transition into bring your hip back, squaring up our pelvis and turning that back foot out. As we reach forward with our arms, slowly come back up into Captain Morgan, bending that bottom leg. Hips stay square and parallel, and turn your foot out. You can do this by a wall if you feel like your balance is not so great. And you're going to repeat it on both sides 5 times. Exercise 5. If you have a peanut, I love it. If you don't, that's okay. You can use a couch cushion. What you're going to do is you're going to place this down, or if you're by a couch, you're going to place your feet onto the couch. All you're going to do is bring your knees in and out for about 10 repetitions. After the 10 repetitions, we're going to go right into a pike. We're only going to do about 5 of these. Control with your breath, breathe out as you lift, and then back down. I'm only on 3. We're going to do 2 more. 1 more. This addresses not only your pelvic floor, but also the obliques that work really hard to keep that pelvic floor strong. These exercises will help you prepare for the next time your child decides to free fall from the highest point on the playground, or if you decide to jump on a trampoline or participate in your HIIT class that you've been avoiding. So find your phase and start here.